The shadow vanishes as quickly as it came. I'm left standing in the middle of the street, alone except for a figure reclining in the shade of a nearby stoop. It is Catboy! Ah, Pom Pom, we found Catboy! Hell yeah! Oh, I'm liking this theme. Oh, this is gonna be the romance man, isn't it? He's pretty. I like him. Oh, he's got see-through sleeves. This must be the slut one. A monster, that much is clear from a glance. One that could nearly be mistaken for human were it not for the tufted ears and tail curled around his ankle, or just pink eyes with pupils sharpened like needles when they fall on me. Our eyes meet, and the monster crosses his long legs. His hair gleams a shade of red that reminds me unsettlingly of blood where it curls around his collared throat. He's got a collar as well. Lord have mercy on me. Jumpy, aren't you? His tone is so light and carefree that I glance over my shoulder to make sure he's speaking to me. When I look back, the stranger pops his chin on his knuckle and regards me with an inscrutable little smile. Didn't you see the shadow just now? It was massive, moved like a beast. Even as I speak, I'm aware of how ridiculous I must sound, but the stranger's smile doesn't falter. The only beasts I've seen are the Wicks drooling regulars, though this did catch my eye. He's a thief! He's a thief! I likes me a thief. With a flourish of his hand, the in-room key appears dangling from his finger. It turns on his chain, glittering where it catches the light. My hands fly to my cloak's pockets, and sure enough, find them flat. He crooks his finger, beckoning. I've already taken 2 steps forward before some stifled instinct stops me. Something feels wrong. I'm still on the edge, drumming so much with adrenaline that the stranger's shadow flickers at the edge of my vision. This boy is a slut, 100%, and I am here for it. I thought fake Oshin was gonna be the slut. No, we found the proper slut. This is the king slut. I am all for this. Oh my god, did you see he's got side cutouts on the side of his thing? Oh. Wait a minute, has he got a garter? Has he got his thigh out and he's got a garter belt? Hell yeah. Happy days. This is a happy George. I always attract the worst kind of attention, but I can't get rattled now. Who said that's my key? Who said that key's mine? His smile wide enough to reveal pointed canines. He's got fangs! Fucking... I'll see myself out. His smile's wide enough to reveal pointed canines. I saw you drop it. You really should be more careful. City like this, somebody might take advantage. A bald-faced lie said without a hint of irony. I can't figure out how he picked my pockets under my nose, but I'm certain he took my key, and I need it back. I approached this man, careful to keep an arm's length away. He doesn't look dangerous, but his most deadly ones never do. I steadily reflect. The stranger's chain softly clings with the tilt of his head. His ears flick. He's got a harness. He's got an O-ring harness. Are you guys seeing this? Keeping your distance? I'm stupid to trust you. You think I stole your dinky little key from all the way over here? He gives an exaggerated sigh. I'm good with my hands, but not that good. Do I really look like a common thief to you? Your ultra rare, shiny thief. I like. This one comes in handle. It does. king belongs at right 100% skirmisher. I agree. Little man horse, now with handles for your convenience. He's got me there. The sheer fabric of his sleeves alone would be too expensive for most street thieves. Hell, his shoes look like they would cost more than I spent traveling here. He's rich as well. And then there's the shop behind him. No matter the city, parted pink curtains only ever mean one thing. I'm not looking to buy, and I doubt I could afford your services anyway. Well, come on, let's negotiate. Everyone else is giving out for free. Are you giving out for free? Lucky for you, I don't charge. Yes! Bingo! The man rubs the tip of his tongue over a fang. For the first time since I stepped into that shadow, I feel something other than dread. My face was not. That's not what I meant. I'm flattered, really. Were sex my trade, I might make an exception for you. How about half off for a handy? Or you could just hand me over my key. Ask nicely, and I might even let you tug my tail. Just throw it here. So some spindly little street urchin snatched and run. He raises the key and tilts his head so we can watch it dangle back and forth. I suppose I could just claim your room for myself. Not that I've got dead slumming in the wick with the rest of those slack-jawed imbeciles. You're obviously not from around here, so tell me, traveler, what misfortune brought you to this wretched place? His voice practically drips with derision. I'm not telling you anything. What could possibly draw you to this really little pen, I wonder? He listlessly watches the arc of my keys swinging around his finger. The weather's shit, the food's dreck, and there's entirely too many monsters for a human to feel safe. Unless... maybe... this character doesn't like to feel safe. Maybe that's what gets me going. Tiger sharp eyes flick towards me. They gleam with amusement. Unless you're just dying to consort with monsters. Oh, he called us out, guys. He knows we're a monster fucker. I'm fucking red. But now my embarrassment is worn away, leaving simmering impatience in his place. If this is the shakedown, it is the most frustrating one I've ever heard of. Our character is so ace, someone help me. You know what? I'm gonna give it as good as I can take it. Fuck it. Flirt with him, take his key, run away. That's how you do it. How'd you know I spent all my money? How'd you know that I spent all my money, starved, and nearly died in the swamp just so I could crawl into bed with the first thirsty monster I saw? This earns me a burst of breathy laughter. He gazes at me under his dark lashes. Aren't you funny? Could you be any more obvious? I have been told subtlety's not my strength. So, your place or mine? I'll invite you if I had my key. If only I had my key, then I might be able to invite you on. His languid gaze slides from me to the key in his hands and back. Come, take my hand and we'll go together. The more he flirts, the more convinced I become that this is some kind of trap. No matter how monsters look, they always have tricks up their sleeves. Exactly. Yes. Answered, yes, all yes, 100%. Yes, please, now, let's go. And something tells me that this one's more dangerous than he lets on, even if he has a lovely laugh. I don't know what you want or why you're messing with me, but I'm not coming any closer until I know you aren't going to attack or bite. Excuse you! Please bite! You've got canines! Use them! I won't bite hard, unless you beg me. No matter what I say, he finds a way to twist my words into an innuendo. I love this man. Exactly, Skirmisher gets it. Skirmisher understands me. Even when I'm silent, he goes on as though we're having a conversation. Not a standoff. Do you like dancing? There's a traveling troupe performing in Hightown tonight. Their lutist is utterly exquisite, truly a performance to die for. There's life in this dreadful place, if you know where to look. You sound as though you know the city well. The man's gaze flickers from me to the key dangling from his finger. Has he got the artist drawing gloves on? Is he an artist? Naturally, this stump is a little more than miserable, a little smear than when I first arrived. Hightown, Lowtown, I know Iridia like the back of my hand. What about the cenobium? Do you know where that is? His smile vanishes. Oh, his ears went back. No. Surely you've seen it. The absurdly large tower looming over the rest. It's little hard to miss. He must mean that spire I noticed when I first caught sight of Iridia. The cenobium's overrated. Forget about it. I can show you things those stuffy boars in their limp-dick tower couldn't even dream of. I've already got plans. No, I don't. Oh? Have you some pressing matters at the cenobium? Lunch dates with librarians? Tea time with the most esteemed abbess? That's my business. What's it matter to you? I square my shoulders and the amusement bleeds out of him. You're lost. The stranger, finally bored of his tedious game, extends his hand towards me. The key rests on his palm, neatly dividing skin and leather. It's all the leather. Jingle! Jingle! When he makes no other move, I reach for the key. But as soon as my fingers graze smooths the brass, his hand springs shut around my elbow. Hey! He yanks me down and I stagger, soul slipping up steps. For a thick moment, I fear my bandages will unravel under his touch, but he's careful not to disturb them, even as his fingers dig into my arm. I knew I smelled blood. You reek of death and even that fucking doctor. His voice once silken lowers to a smoky growl. The shadows around him seethe and boil as he pulls me closer. Something else. He murmurs against my throat, nose grazing my jaw. Let go! I try to twist away, but he doesn't budge. His breath trails down my neck, sending a thrill of dread through me. Just as I feared hope might, he takes a deep breath instead. His eyes, his wide, flat eyes gleam with naked hunger as he gazes up at me. Not quite human, not quite monster. Seems we're both. I thought that said vor. Veer! The stranger's ears flatten, and he releases me with a short breath. I yank my arm back, massaging it where his rib left grooves and bandages. The stranger twists around and watches a woman duck out from the curtains behind him. Her cenobium uniform is nearly identical to the one my mentor kept tucked away in her closet. I leave you all for what, 10 minutes, and now you're making trouble again. Will you quit harassing the tourists? The stranger, fear, I take it, rolls his eyes and flashes the cleric a withering smile. So suspicious. Can't you see this is a friend of mine? A natural liar. He grins at me and his tail squishes minutely. The woman purses her lips at me, clearly unconvinced. I open my mouth to correct him, but Veer cuts in. I was graciously offering my dear friends free advice. Though his voice remains light and cheerful, his expression darkens. Dangers drawn to you like a moth to a flame. It will always find you given time. The woman clucks her tongue as though she's heard this recital 102 times. Word of advice, don't take free advice from lazy foxes lounging in the streets. He's a fox, he's a bottom, guys, we figured it out! His crook would sell water to a drowning man for the sheer enjoyment of it. Pom Pom, you and me both. Same brain, 100%. He shrugs a wilting look from Veer. Oh, please, any friend of yours knows it's true. Now hold still. Veer rises gracefully at her approach. He pulls his hair back so it drapes over one shoulder, exposing a long line of his neck. Any Mansl on him? And suddenly it dawns on me that the jingling I hear wasn't coming from the harness attached to his collar, but a leash. He's on a leash! A heavy chain wrapped around the hitch post and padlocked to the back of his collar. Veer posed deliberately to hide his leash from me. The woman produces a key ring from her pocket. She rattles through a dozen identical keys before selecting one and slotting it in the lock. Oh. So this is like, he's a pet situation. I can now see why the protagonist is very scared to reveal she might have monster blood if it's a classist society like this. Come on, unless your friend's tagging along on our merry little soulless hunt. They're hunting for the soulless inside the city? Words momentarily fail me. The woman regards me with a polite, if tight smile before marching downstairs. Veer lingers. Stretches his arm over his head with a yawn. I try not to stare at the way his stomach flattens when he arches his back. This protagonist is such a fucking, like, peeping Tom. And I fully approve. Your little secret's safe from me. Try not to get yourself killed. Veer hops off the stoop and bounds towards the woman. His tail sways merrily, as though he hadn't pushed slide and threatened me. Did you try the thing I mentioned? The Love and Nation knot? The knot? That's the one where you take 3 fingers and actually, don't tell me, knowing you, it's disgusting. Veer's airy laughter echoes down the street. It is only after he and the cleric have vanished from sight that I realize I'm still missing something. Wait! Reflexively, I shove my hands into my pockets and I find it. The room key. I pull it out of my pocket and raise it to the light just to be sure. A nagging feeling distracts me from my relief. I don't know what Veer's game was, what he wanted from me. He wanted that booty. Come on. I'm Demi, even I can tell you. All I know for certain is that Cenobium saw fit to leash him, a fate I could share, if that's what his vague warning meant. Or a promise, it leashes together. I let my eyes drift skyward, past the lanterns gently swaying in the breeze to the Cenobium faintly visible through the haze. Just one glimpse is all I need, then I can put this all behind me. This time, the key goes into my coin purse for safekeeping. It's easy enough to follow the sluggish river that splits Iridia in two. A colossal bridge arches over the dark water below. I cross as quickly as I can, climbing up ever uphill towards the distant town. Hours later, legs aching, sweat beading on my forehead, I finally find what I was searching for. the cenobium of the luminous void. It stands at the highest point of Iridia, surrounded by cold white walls. Well-dressed people stroll down the walkways, paying no attention to the massive tower in their midst. I'm the only one standing before the gates, craning my neck up until the top of the cenobium tower disappears into the clouds overhead. The gates are so heavily enchanted that even standing near them sets my teeth on edge. Alchemaic reinforced locks, invisible sigils of alarm, and who knows what else. Knocking seems like a terrible idea, but I don't see any other way of making my presence known. I'm halfway up the stairs when something moves into my peripheral vision. Boy number 4! It's the sleepy guy! It's the white-haired anime guy! So he's either gonna die a lot or never die. There's no in between. Phil T-Break. A shadowy figure crouches beneath one of the cliff walls. He reached out and tug on a vine as if testing his strength. Oi! You there! Shadow vanishes as quickly as I spotted it, and a gaunt-faced man in a crisp charcoal uniform marches up the steps towards me. Oh, another tourist! Get him out here once you're done gawking. And dismissive waves accompany his equally dismissive words as he turns on his heel without even waiting for an answer from me. I look back where I saw the intruder, but there's nothing, just the leaves blowing gently in a cool breeze. I step away from the gates, hopeless and washing over me. Hello? A whisper, so close I can feel the warm brush of breath on my skin. I instinctively jerk away, but there's no one beside me. Halfway down the staircase, I spot a woman swaying in the breeze. She's gaunt as a rail, her blouse moth-eaten. I'm unable to take my eyes off her, not because of the way she smiles a little too widely, or the way her tousled braids look like unbrushed for days, but because her eyes shine a vibrant, unnatural crimson. I'm both entranced and unsettled by this subtle glow. These days, you need a miracle to get in there. I'm unsure how to respond, or if I even should. I'll say nothing. I'll see where she's going. After the experience I've just had, I'm not too keen on indulging strangers with small talk. Despite my silence, she maintains her unflinching stare and smile. Lucky for you, I have miracles for free. Whatever she's selling, I'm not interested. My words come out in a tired breath. No thanks. I start down the stairs, but she abruptly steps into my path. She's one of these people that sells roses in Dublin Street, isn't she? She turns her back to me. Before I can react, she slips her fingers under the lacing of her collar, stripping out her blouse in broad daylight. What do you do? As worn fabric veils bare skin, my panic is smothered by cold horror. A misshapen, sunken scar carves into the woman's body. Pitted, narrow skin snakes down her shoulders, blooming from a gaping hole in the back of her neck. A shuddering breath escapes me. The fuck? By the look of it, the disease that affected this woman ate away at her spine, leaving with a hollowed vertebrae at the back of her neck. How was she able to move or breathe? It's impossible. She should be alive, and yet the power to cure anything can be yours too. The power of sea spring. The woman slides back her blouse and deftly laces it up. If I've caught your interest, Then follow me. It's only a short walk away. Without another glance, she leisurely strolls down the Cenobium stairs. Loose braids bobbing behind her, the edge of her scar peeks out from under her collar. I stand there, wordless, until I manage to regain my bearings. It's a twisted miracle, but a miracle nonetheless. This could be the stupidest decision of my life, but what choice do I have? I take a final look at the Cenobium shut pit and then follow her down the steps. We descend from the higher streets, leaving behind their gilded decadence as we cross the river. The wet, derelict districts feel more familiar to me. Crimson eyed woman and father still, until I'm met with an all too familiar sight. And my gut lurches when I face the open horizon. The city's outskirts are hardly recognizable in the daylight, and I'm probably safer for it. But venturing beyond Iridia's walls is a gamble I wasn't prepared to take so soon. Keep going straight, and the sea spring will reveal itself to you. I bark out a bitter laugh, loud and involuntary. I'd rather not. Are you kidding? It's not safe out there. You're as safe inside the city as out of it. Truthfully, the territory before you is the safest of all. What do you mean, territory? This region belongs to Ice. Most people know him as the gang leader, but he's much more than that. I squint against the empty wastelands. Only a fool, someone with nothing to lose, would leave the city. Apparently, I'm both. But if the sea spring occurred, I need to see what it can do for me. I set off into the wastes. Over my shoulder, the woman calls after me. Good luck, LadyNightLight. I hope we meet again. I never gave her my name. My heart pounds with each step I take from civilization. For what seemed like an eternity, I force each foot forward, one step, then another, until a realization hits me. I never told the woman my name. Something pierces the horizon ahead of me. A building nestled in a tall cliffside, but so starkly out of place it might as well have been a hallucination. It drips with extravagance and honeyed mahogany, an ornate jewel of architecture. A row of dark silhouettes stands out on the horizon. Trees, I think, until I'm close enough to realize that what I mistook for branches were spikes of jutting tendrils. Soulless. Several of them watch me in the distance like statues. I don't think, I just run, exploding into a messy sprint. I push my legs as fast as they'll take me towards that decorated building. Flashes of last night chase me, the gushes of blood and screams of death, the smell of burning flesh and sour bile. I can't go through that again. I won't. The next thing I know, I'm dashing up the wooden stairs, crashing through towering double doors.